Hey everyone, content warning for this video. So, Hunter S. Thompson did some drugs, and we're going to recreate that, but no hard cocaine is used. Baking soda is used as a prop, and gummies are used for a prop as well. It's going to be a wild one. Also, content warnings for complete ignorance of privilege and a misunderstanding of socialism. So I'm going to do a writing challenge. The thing is, Hunter S. Thompson does not do writing like other writers do. In so much as what represents a writing routine, it is pretty bad. It pretty much amounts to faffing about for 9 hours, working distractedly for 6, and then taking a drug to pass out. And in the meantime, it is numerous drugs. We're talking cocaine, alcohol, more cocaine, and other drugs that I have to Google. Well, this is not acid. So here's a comical recounting of Hunter S. Thompson's normal-ish routine. 3 p.m. Wake up. 3:05. Read the paper. Smoke Dunhill cigarettes and drink whiskey. Cocaine. Drink more whiskey and smoke. 4 p.m. Drink your first coffee of the day and smoke. Cocaine. Drink orange juice, probably with vodka, and smoke. Do cocaine 2 more times. 5 p.m. Cocaine. Followed by coffee and smoking. Followed by whiskey. Followed by cocaine, followed by weed. Then take your first meal of the day, which is around 7 o'clock at a local diner. So have your big lunch, drink beer, and margaritas. 9 o'clock, cocaine. 10 o'clock, drop acid. 11 o'clock, drink, have cocaine and weed. 11:30, more cocaine. At 12 o'clock, midnight, it is time to write. At midnight, Hunter S. Thompson's writing process is described like this: chartreuse, cocaine, grass, Chavez, which is whiskey, coffee, Heineken beer, clove cigarettes, a grapefruit, Dunhill cigarettes, orange juice, gin, and continuous pornographic movies. Until 6 a.m. At 6 a.m., it's time to go to the hot tub, drink champagne, eat ice cream, and pasta. 8 a.m., Halcyon, which I think is a drug that I have not Googled yet. And at 8:20, sleep. You might be wondering why I chose this writer as a challenge. Why not use someone that, is productive? I don't have an answer for you. It seemed fun. I don't have drugs except for alcohol and sugar and caffeine. So I'm just going to treat it as, giving into your vices continually, all day. I suppose that's going to be my writing challenge. Just opposite of a writing challenge. It seems more like a fit of endurance to have that much cocaine. You can make several observations about this kind of lifestyle, like this guy is obviously single, on his own most of the time, and has access to copious amounts of drugs. Hunter S. Thompson, as a writer, wrote several books and articles and political news in a way that's captured imagination. Gonzo journalism. It has a lot of spectacle and more than a little lying or exaggeration of facts in order to really bring the focus on the bastards. After growing up, going to college, and joining the Air Force, Hunter S. Thompson started by copying classic novels, which is a way a lot of writers learn, or used to learn, maybe they still do, how to really get the flow and understanding of the structure of a novel by full out copying older novels. And he did The Great Gatsby and A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. And Ernest Hemingway seems to be a particular sticking point with him, because later wrote an investigation to Hemingway's suicide. Also, Hunter S. Thompson committed suicide as well. So the only full fiction novel for Hunter S. Thompson to have been published is The Rum Diary, largely based off of his life in Puerto Rico before his newspaper that he was working for closed. Hunter S. Thompson also did the very pre-1990s thing of lying to get his career jump-started and claiming he wrote things that he did not. And no one could check on it because laziness and the internet didn't exist. Other notable things that Hunter S. Thompson did is write a piece on the Hells Angels by living with the Hells Angels for a year. Probably most famous for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, his first which is tentatively reporting on the Kentucky Derby, but focuses a lot on the excesses and evils of capitalism in the area. Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail is him following the 1970s McGovern campaign and how much he hated Richard Nixon. The last 2 books I have, The Great Shark Hunt and Kingdom of Fear, are largely pieces of his articles that were published in magazines, put together in a book. One of which he finished because he was too high to write or type in a typewriter, and he dictated it to 3 assistants who then, page by page, faxed it to the publisher so they can get the book to printers on time so they can make their debit. Hunter S. Thompson was not easy to work with. He was notorious for missing deadlines, but mostly because he was off having crazy-ish adventures and tripping on drugs. As Neil Gaiman says in his speech, I forgot what it's called, for a graduation ceremony, there's 3 things you need to be a successful writer. People have to like you, the writing is good, or the work's on time. And you don't need all 3. If you have 2 of them, you can get by. I don't know what Hunter S. Thompson had. Maybe the writing was good, but he was not on time, and people kinda didn't like him. And it is 3 o'clock. Officially time to wake up. Alright, let's start this writing challenge. I'm probably gonna cheat and write early. Well, I'm buzzed. Hello, it is currently 2:30 in the morning, because I am not mentally well. I have been writing though. I started about midnight. I ditched the adult material because it was distracting, and maybe that was the idea, to be distracted. But I'll talk more when people aren't trying to sleep. He did not. Hey out there, dude. I started shooting this video back in, what was it, February? May. I started shooting this video back in May, and it's now January, almost February. Don't write like Hunter S. Thompson. It was a mistake. It was real bad. So, make good healthy habits, sleep during natural time of day. It's gonna be different for everyone. Like, I'm sure there's someone out there who benefits from just screwing around all day and then starting to write at midnight, and then they can write until 6 o'clock and then go to sleep. But signs point to no. So, yeah. And my other big guess with, what really fueled Hunter S. Thompson for writing was cocaine. Real big in the 80s. Take cocaine, do whatever you want. Don't feel like writing? Take cocaine. It's Hunter S. Thompson's secret. It was Stephen King's secret. I don't recommend it because cocaine is bad for you and very addictive. And oh boy, just pretending will probably land me in trouble. So subscribe, leave me a like, watch something else if you have time to screw around. And go write. Chicky nuggies. I'm gonna eat my chicky nuggies now. Oh, the class of author too.